Welcome, everyone. I will start the presentation from my end, and then we'll shift to the overview of blockchain. Well, let's start. Give me your feedback if you can hear me quite well, if I'm audible quite well. So I see that I'm audible. Welcome all to session number 4 and final session of our course Fundamentals of Blockchain. And the topic of today's session is Cryptounit Blockchain Overview. Today, the hosts will be Ivan Tolkachev and Maxim Liskovets. Welcome, friends. I'm here as well. Okay, then we are moving on. In the first 3 parts, in the first 3 sessions, you learned about the basic concepts of blockchain, tokenomics, and the benefits of Cryptounit tokens. You also were introduced to new ecosystem, and during session 4, you will learn in detail about Cryptounit blockchain. Today, you will learn why Cryptounit blockchain is interesting. Then we will repeat and refresh how to use Blockchain Explorer. We will learn and explore Blockchain Explorer, how to work and which information to find there. We will explore the ways to create a Cryptounit blockchain wallet. It will be done by Maxim. He will teach you how to work with the wallet and the income it may generate. And we will also study important considerations when creating a wallet. Let's start. What is Cryptounit blockchain? Next slide, please. You've already heard that it is based on EOS platform. In session 1, you were introduced to 3 blockchains, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and EOS. So this is the so-called generation of blockchain technology. And like any technology, with every new generation, it develops, evolves, becomes quicker and faster, more efficient, and there are more and more opportunities and capacities. And Cryptounit blockchain, as it is a fork of EOS, actually absorbed all the best features from its predecessor, including the speed. And to date, the Cryptounit blockchain is the largest fork, as it started with over 900,000 accounts when it was launched. And naturally, it enjoys a lot of benefits and advantages compared to others. Generally, when several blockchains are compared, they are compared in terms of the speed. So first of all, this is the time for block generation and the number of transactions. Number of transactions that are included into this block. And Cryptounit blockchain, one block is generated every half a second. One block generated every half a second. And the size of this block is up to 10,000 transactions. Not 10 transactions, but 10,000 transactions. There is a mistake. But today we will compare blockchains of different generations, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cryptounit. To date, on Bitcoin blockchain, the time to generate one block is 9 seconds. whereas on Ethereum, the time for generation one block is 13.5 seconds on average. Sometimes it could be slower or faster. And as I said, on Cryptounit blockchain, one block is generated every half a second. We see that there is multiple increase in the speed between these generations. In terms of transactions, Bitcoin generates over 2-3 transactions a second. Ethereum-based blockchain on average 13-14 transactions a second, whereas Cryptounit blockchain, let's calculate. One block is generated every half a second, and block may include up to 10,000 transactions to be multiplied, 10,000 to be multiplied by 2, we get the figure of up to 20,000 transactions a second. We see the difference 3 or 13, 14 transactions a second and up to 20,000 transactions a second. So the capacity is very different. And those people who worked with Bitcoin or wallets, you know that sometimes you may wait for one transaction to be effected for minutes or even hours or even longer. And to date, the transaction on Cryptounit blockchain is effected instantly because you see the figures yourselves. Another interesting feature of Cryptounit blockchain is the following. First of all, there are 4 types of tokens available. You've heard of them before in section 2, where we explored the tokenomics, and it's not the limit. So for the time being, there are 4 tokens, whereas in future there will be more. Why? Because this blockchain implies the production of new tokens, and not by the company itself, but later different tokens could be developed and issued by organizations, by private individuals, family tokens, and etc. The potential is huge here. In terms of type of mining, it is delegated proof of stake. From session 1, you know that there is such a protocol, proof of stake, meaning the protocol of staking, which enables token holders to stake their tokens, and as a reward, they can mine platform tokens, whereas the delegated proof of stake is an extended protocol that also allows token holders to participate in voting on different issues related to blockchain. And this blockchain also supports smart contracts. Smart contracts were firstly supported by Ethereum-based blockchain, and now most blockchains maintain this technology, and quite a lot of projects use this. And as well, there is another important feature is that on Cryptounit blockchain, there are no fees for transfers, inter-blockchain transfers, meaning that all the transactions inside the blockchain, within the blockchain, are free. So these are the key features of Cryptounit blockchain. And now let's move on from the theoretical part to the practical one, and we'll actually explore the Cryptounit blockchain explorer. I will shift to my browser. Next slide, please. Can you see it? Is everything okay? If you can see my page. Okay, let's move on. We go to Cryptounit blockchain by using the address explorer.cryptounit.cc. So in the browser field, you specify it, you type it in, and you go here. The first thing here, interface at the top to your left, next to Cryptounit, there is the drop-down menu, and for the time being, 12 languages are available. You choose the most convenient one. I will stick to English, as I think this is the most universal language and quite known to our audience. Let's start. Well, at the top, you have the dashboard of Blockchain Explorer. The first tab is Info, where you can find information about tokens, statistics about the tokens and the blockchain, and later we will come back to it to explore it in detail. The next tab is Accounts. Here, you may get access to all those accounts created on blockchain. As you know, you may see which accounts are there on blockchain, which transactions are effected on blockchain, but at the same time, it is anonymous system. It means conditional anonymous. That it means that now we are in the tab accounts. There are a lot of them, and we don't know who these accounts belong to. So we may see what is there, but we don't know who is the owner. And there you see the time, the date this account was created. The next tab is blocks. And here we see real time how blocks are generated. And you may even estimate and calculate that every half a second a new block is generated. There are identifiers of the blocks, the number of transactions in each one, and the actions and the timestamp. So it includes mostly technical information. And for new users, I don't believe this information will be of interest. And as of today, there are 35 million of blocks created. The next tab in transactions. It's much more interesting. Here we may see all the transactions effected on blockchain. Here they are not revealed compared to the tab block, where we see that they emerge instantly, whereas in the tab transactions, when you go there, you will see the latest transactions as of the time you entered this tab. But if you refresh it, then at the top, you will see new transactions added. The transaction has its own ID, has the indication of the contracts. I will not detail contracts as I have no full access to the specification of the blockchain, as this is quite confidential information, but there are actions and data about the transaction, then the amounts of tokens related with this transaction, memo, a block this transaction belongs to, and the time of execution of this transaction. For instance, here we have this transaction, and this is the force update action. And you may conclude that someone pressed the button force update in his wallet to update some data about this wallet. Let's pick up another example. Create UNTB. There are a lot of such transactions. Create UNTB for 24 UNTBs. What does this mean? It is about mining. And afterwards, when I present UNTBs, and every block is generated every half a second, and with every block, there are 24 UNTBs generated. And these are the transactions. Create UNTB, create UNTB. What other transactions are there? We will find something interesting. Here, for instance, claim UNTB. It means that someone in his account under this address clicked the button claim UNTB under staking, and this is the amount that was accrued to his account. There is another transaction, stake UNTB. Someone staked UNTB, and the most informative is action and data column. You may see which transactions are executed. These are general transactions on blockchain, but the most useful transactions are those that are in your wallets when you transfer money to someone, or you refresh, or you claim your UNTBs from staking or stake them. All these transactions are recorded in your account and you may monitor them. The next tab is wallet, and Maxim will detail it further a bit later. And another one, create a wallet. You may create a new wallet, and we will come back to it later. Whereas now, let's explore the tab info in more detail. Well, to the left, we have the sideboard tokens. Those tokens implemented in Cryptounit blockchain. And in the middle, the information about these tokens changes. To your right, you see the dashboard indicating recent blocks, which means that this is a smaller version of the info you can find in the tab blocks. So the number of blocks generated and how quickly they are generated. And a bit lower, under the sideboard tokens, there is blockchain statistics. So showing how the capacity of blockchain is used, CPU, NAT, and RAM, and why they are all needed. Maxim will come back to it when he presents the work with the wallet. But please note that at present on blockchain, there are 4 gigabits of memory, out of which 46 is already consumed or occupied. And when this percentage reaches 90% or a bit over than 90%, the company will increase the memory of blockchain, meaning that there are more people, more accounts on it, and then the company will increase the memory and quite likely will increase it by 180. And now let's have a look at the tokens. Which information we can find here? The first one is CRU. And here we will see the current price at UNitEx exchange. Then there is the figure of the issuance, maximum issuance of this token, and the percentage of them staked. When we go here, the information is more detailed. And please note that in session 2, you learned more details about each token, and CRU token may be in 2 states, either frozen or unfrozen, and the issuance of this token, the maximum one, is over, so it will not be issued anymore. This is the figure which is here. This is the one in circulation, and it will not become bigger. What does this mean? It means that this token as such is in deficit, and moreover, over time, it will become less and less. Why? Because now it is possible to convert it 1-to-1 into world CRUs with some commission to be paid. It means that by having World CRU tokens, we may buy World CRU tokens with the need to pay a commission, a conversion rate. And staked, as you see, there are over 1.5 billion CRU tokens staked. And I'd like to remind you that unfrozen CRU tokens could be staked and to earn UNTBs. Therefore, if you haven't staked your unfrozen CRUs yet, please do it. This is quite profitable. Then you will find some statistics. You see that we have 28.21% accounts with zero balance accounts, with no CRU tokens in balance. So, and this token was the first one to come up, and therefore a lot of people hold it. And there is these statistics about distribution in accounts. So how many accounts hold this number of CRUs? 673 accounts. No, 1,673 accounts hold over 1 million tokens. And we have top lists of 500 accounts with the largest number of these tokens. These are those accounts with the maximum number of CRU tokens. Well, next token. The next one is World CRU token. And we see that there is the maximum issuance here on this icon and the numbers staked. So it is planned that the issuance, the maximum supply, will be 80 billion World CRU tokens. World CRU tokens are security tokens or digital shares, and their number is limited. And to date, there are about 24.5 billion tokens in circulation, and a bit more than 20 billion of them are staked. World CRU token could be in two states, either frozen or unfrozen, and all the World CRU tokens in circulation are frozen, and they will start to unfreeze in mid-March, late February 2022. And therefore, now the best option is to stake these tokens and to get income as UNTB. And we see that almost 1 billion tokens are not staked, which means that there are a lot of people who at present hold these tokens but do not generate profits. What do we need to do to stake them so that they are profit making? And we also see that there are about 42% of people with accounts on Cryptounit blockchain with these tokens. So they hold this token, whereas others, they have zero balance of these tokens. And I'd like to remind you that quite soon, and actually the date was postponed to early October, the access to the purchase of World CRU to everyone will be closed. World CRU could be bought by only those who took the special course of the Invest Consultant from the Academy of Private Investor. And therefore, there are another 2 weeks to buy this token to your portfolios and get income in UNTBs, and not UNTB, but other types of income, profit bonus, loyalty bonus as well, and other types of income that are generated by this particular token. UNTB token is the next one.
I will ask the organizers whether I'm going too fast. I guess not, right? Okay, then we'll continue at this pace, hopefully. I'm not running too fast. Okay, let's go to the UNTBs. UNTB is the platform's token. It's the token that is produced after or in the process of the verification of transactions on the blockchain. It has also a limited issue of 8.1 billion, and the tokens will be issued for 10 years, the issuance duration. Currently, almost 2 billion is in circulation, which is approximately 23%. So 23% of the maximum issue is in circulation, meaning that 77% are still to be produced and allocated across different holders. How do you become a holder of UNTBs? First of all, you can stake WCRUs, frozen, unfrozen, and unfrozen CRUs. Currently, for every block, 24 UNTBs are mined, produced, which is 48, which makes it 48 UNTBs per second for 131 days. And then it will get reduced to 18 UNTBs per block. Moreover, first, the allocation system was as follows. The tokens are produced as a result of mining using the nodes. And 5% of what was mined went as payment to the node holders, and 90% was allocated across, 95% was allocated across UNTB holders, or better, CRU and WCRU holders who staked their tokens to receive UNTBs. And already starting from October, the system will be changed. There will be extended functionality, and there will be a possibility to create new nodes, and the allocation system will be different. So around 40% will go to the node holders, 40% will go to the as a reward for staking, and 20% will stay with the blockchain for different technical purposes. So while you still have the chance, I suggest you do stake your CRUs and WCRUs to receive UNTBs while you can get the maximum benefit from it. Okay, obviously, people have those tokens, need to have those tokens, because if you created the wallet, then you must have the UNTBs because they're needed to create and maintain your wallet. The next token is USDU, which is a stable coin. 8.1 billion is the maximum issue of UNTBs. USDUs are a stable coin which are equal one-to-one with dollar, backed by real assets, by real dollars. It is planned to have a maximum issue of 1 trillion USDUs, and 6.2 million USDUs are in circulation, meaning that the company has real money on their accounts to back 6.2 million USDUs. And last month's $291,962 were paid out in USDUs for profit bonus, loyalty bonuses, and so on. As we can see, this token is owned by 58.61% of the account holders, which is more or less matching the holders of WCRUs, because they receive profit bonuses and other bonuses, and that's why they have USDUs on their accounts. We can go next here. Many people, I guess here we can call it a day as far as the tokens are concerned. If you have questions, you can ask them later. By the way, I forgot to mention one thing. dear organizers, could you please give the link for questions to the for our participants to ask their questions in that forum, because I don't think we have enough time today to take all the questions, and we'll have an extra session of Q&A later based on the questions that we're going to collect. Okay, let's move on. Many people ask this question: how to track or trace the unfreezing of CRU and WCRUs? We remember that originally tokens are in a frozen state and they are getting unfrozen gradually. Specifically, WCRU tokens have a freezing period, lockup period of 365 days. And then for 5 years, those tokens get unfrozen according to a certain scheme. The CRU defreezing period is different. At first, it was 300 days, and those who received their CRUs as a gift for different promotions, their unfreezing periods was 540 days. And of course, all those tokens unfreeze according to different schemes. And smart contracts are responsible for unfreezing. So you can check where those smart contracts are, and you can even trace the unfreezing period. For that, I will go to the CRU tab. I can take any wallet at random, for example, this one. Copy it. And that's how you take your wallet where you have CRU, WCRU tokens in, and do the same. I copy paste it in here in the search bar in the upper right hand corner. I paste it, I click enter, and we get to this wallet. You can see we have CRUs, world CRUs, and part of them are frozen, part of them are unfrozen. How to see the contracts? So-called contract calls. We have transactions for this entire wallet. And on the right, in the bottom, we have the button called contract calls. We click on it, and we get this table over here. So what matters here is the column created, when the contract was created, the date. We need to see the algorithm. I will tell you what it is. The defrosted and the amount. So how do you use it? When you buy, receive as a gift tokens, World CRU or CRU, a smart contract is created for their unfreezing or defrosting. And there are 4 types of smart contracts. They're called algorithms here. Number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Algorithm number 1 is the algorithm for CRU tokens that you purchased, that start defreezing 300 days later. Algorithm 2 is the algorithm for CRUs that were received as a gift and that will start unfreezing in 540 days. Algorithm 3 is the algorithm of the smart contract for World CRU tokens that you purchased and they start defreezing in 365 days. And there is an algorithm 4, which is not here. Currently, you can rarely see him, but it's for WCRUs received as a gift, which also takes 440 days to start unfreezing. So there are 4 algorithms. For example, let's take this line over here. You, for example, on the 26th of May this year, you purchase 80,000 WCRUs, and you have this entry in here. So in this particular example, it could have been conversion as well, CRU into WCRUs. But it doesn't really matter right now. The entry is the same, whether you purchase it directly or you convert CRUs into WCRUs. For example, you have this algorithm in here. You know that in 365 days, unfreezing, defrosting will start. So on the 26th of May, 2022, you will see a new entry pop up where you will see that you will have the original amount 80,000, but there will be 1% of the original amount in the column defrosted, which makes it what? 800. So that is how you can track your unfreezing, defrosting. The date of purchase in here of your particular package, CRU or WCRU, you know that it takes 265 days to defreeze, if it's algorithm 3 for World CRU. And this is how you can track how many tokens will be unfreezed. When you regularly check your wallet, you will see a new number every month, and you will see them in your wallet. Okay, this is clear, I hope. Well, if there are questions, you can always use the form. Let's move on. And now let's take a look at our wallet. To be able to work on Cryptounit blockchain, I'm going to switch back to the presentation for now. Slide number 5. I hope the slides have been switched in all the rooms. We have 3 ways to create a wallet on the Cryptounit blockchain. So what are they? The first one is through the back office CRU. The second one is through the back office of UGPay group. And the third way is through the Cryptounit Explorer. I showed you the button create before. Just give me a second. Let's go to the next slide. So let's go one by one. Creating a wallet via the CRU back office. This option is available to those who purchased CRUs or received them as a gift before February 2021. In your portfolio section, there will be a crypto wallet address generated. Those tokens are already on your blockchain, but you need to get access to your wallet. For that, you just need to click the button Generate Access Key. The generation process is described in the manual on Crypto Wallet on detail, and there is an active hyperlink to that PDF instruction. It's Crypto Wallet instructions. There is a video, and you can generate the access key to your wallet and dispose of your tokens in any way you see fit. The next option is to create your crypto wallet through the back office of UGPay. The UGPay way is the most preferable way for new partners. Let me remind you that UGPay Group is the company that has the exclusive rights to the sale of WCRU tokens. And by purchasing WCRU tokens, you can generate your access key right away. This process is the simplest of them all. And when you register in UGPay Group, you get access to the entire infrastructure of the company. And in addition to the purchased WCRU tokens, the wallet immediately provides a bonus of 10 UNTBs to kickstart the operation of the wallet. So you buy WCRU package, you go to the portfolio section of your personal account, the crypto wallet address has been generated by then, and then you can use the manual, step-by-step manual to generate your access key, and you get access to your tokens. And the next option or way to create your crypto wallet on the next slide is to create it directly in the Explorer Cryptounit blockchain. Close to the wallet tab on the dashboard, you can find the button create or tab create. You click on it and you create your wallet. So why would you need this particular way of creating a wallet? It's for you to create an extra wallet. For example, if you create a wallet through the back office UGPay group, you create your own investment wallet where you have your security tokens, CRU tokens, utility tokens. And this wallet can serve you as an extra additional wallet. And very often you have to create it if you are planning to do P2P exchanges with other people, peer-to-peer exchanges. Let me remind you why. Because any blockchain is anonymous, but not as exactly. Because if you give your wallet address to someone for exchange, they already know whom that wallet belongs to. So it is not really recommended giving your investment wallet address to anyone, especially people you don't know, if you want to do exchanges with them. So you need to have like a buffer wallet. That's why you create an additional wallet. And if you want to make an exchange, P2P exchange, you main funds from your main wallet, investment wallet, to your buffer wallet, additional wallet. And then from that buffer wallet, you perform the exchange with another person, which provides an extra layer of anonymity and security. Moreover, let me remind you that all transactions inside Cryptounit blockchain are free of charge. So you can move funds between wallets as regularly and as often as you please. So what else is interesting here when you create your wallet is that you can create your unique wallet name, up to 12 symbols, let me remind you, Latin symbols, and you can use them for trading or for any other purposes. You can assign it your own unique name for you to remember it better and for you to work with it better. Also, when you create a wallet, you need to take into account the following things. It is important to remember 3 parameters. Well, not just remember, but write them down and put them under lock and key and never show them to anyone, which is the wallet address. Well, you can show the wallet address for exchange, but you need to preserve it and save it somewhere. Then a seed phrase and a private key. So a wallet address consists of 12 characters that you need to get access to your wallet and for exchange for anyone. A seed phrase is a set of 12 English words, and this phrase is required to access your wallet. And if you lose that phrase, you will not be able to access your wallet. A private key is an additional set of characters that is generated along with your seed phrase, and you can use it to access your wallet. So let me repeat that. You need to make sure that you save these parameters, because the responsibility for ensuring secure access to your wallet is with you. The company does not keep that information and won't be able to recover access to your wallet if you lose it. So how do you store it? How do you save it? Best of all, use several media, several ways. They say that paper is the most secure way. Many people store their information on the computer. Computer can be hacked, computer can be stolen, etc. You can lose a piece of paper too. So you need to save them on different media. You can print it out on a piece of paper and put that piece of paper in the most secure, like safety deposit box in the bank or in your safe in your apartment and so on. You can save it somewhere on the memory stick without access to the internet, or in future, I think we will provide the option for you to create your cold wallets, but this is our plans for the future. Well, at least you can store them in 2 ways. Print it out and save somewhere, and then you can store it on a memory stick. When you got registered, you received all those parameters. One more thing I forgot to mention. The private key is generated alongside the seed phrase. Those who were the first to register on the blockchain didn't receive a generated private key, but don't worry if you don't have it. You just use your seed phrase to access your wallet. In the future, the functionality will be extended and you will be able to generate your private keys too. But currently, don't sweat about it. If you don't have a private key, you just use your seed phrase to access your wallet. When you receive all these parameters, you can access your wallet and operate your wallet. Here, I would like to pass the floor to Maxim. He will tell you how to handle your wallet, and he will tell you many other interesting things, I'm sure. Maxim, you have the floor. Thank you very much, Ivan. Hello, dear friends. As always, let's check our audio and video. Give me a plus or a 10 in the chat if you can hear and see me loud and clear. 10 out of 10. Perfect.
Well, now I am opening all the pages needed and we will start. Well, I showed my screen and hopefully you can see it. I saw in the chat boxes that the screen is too small and you can read quite bad. Can you read it better now? I don't see the chat box. Well, I see now. Great. We are in the process of entering our wallet. Here is the name of the wallet and the seed phrase, this code. But like Ivan said, here you may use seed phrase if you have no code. So both apply. Then you sign in. The next step is to create 6-digit PIN code. You create it every time when you enter your wallet. So it means that you create it for one session only. Therefore, next time you may change it or use the same, it doesn't matter, but please remember, if you come here rarely, then you may use the same 6-digit PIN code. So you create it, repeat it, and click this blue button. And to enter your wallet, you click Proceed to Wallet. And hopefully you can see my screen quite well. Well, we are in blockchain wallet now, and let us look at the key steps or the key elements of the interface. At the top, you see the name of our wallet. For instance, if you want some tokens or money to be transferred, you may copy this address and send it. But there is the great function which actually could copy without highlighting it. So you simply press this icon and then the name of your wallet will be copied automatically. And this way you will avoid some mistakes. Maybe you copied something extra. Simply press this icon, copy. Next to it, you see the dashboard, the reflection of the amount of RAM, how busy our system is, CPU and net. We will come back to it a bit later. Below, you see the menu which we will explore in detail as well. And if we go even further lower, I will make it more convenient for myself. Well, here you see our portfolio, our wallet, and the key data about the tokens we hold. At the top, you see your portfolio and two buttons, refresh balances and refresh frozen. What do they mean? Refresh frozen is the button which enables you to refresh your wallet and the number of frozen tokens in your wallet. Please note that sometimes when you do not enter your wallet for a long time, this screen may be gray. Maybe you've seen it, noticed this already, and you didn't know what to do, and I will tell you what to do. There is nothing superficial. Well, it means that you are to refresh your wallet until this moment. It means that you are to press this button, refresh frozen, until the whole process is over and all the transactions you effected will be went through. So you will see when you click this button that there will be some stages, and don't press or don't click any other button until this process is over. So click refresh frozen, and until all the figures are changing, do nothing, simply wait. And next to it, you see another button, refresh balances, simply to refresh your balance and to see changes. A bit later, we will come back to it. We will use it. Well, lower, you see your tokens, CRU, World CRU, UNTB, and USDU. I have some tokens here in my wallet, and we will use them. As you said, for CRU and World CRU, there is this field frozen, and it is obvious from the name that it indicates the number of frozen tokens you have in your wallet. You also see available, meaning that they are available to you, you may use them, and those staked. So it indicates the number of staked and the percentage, the ratio of these tokens in your wallet. Please note that for UNTB, there is no field frozen because UNTB could not be frozen as such. But for UNTB, there is another field, unstaking. Those UNTBs you unstaked. A bit later, we will come back to it again. And USDU, which indicates the number of USDUs in your wallet, you may not stake them, it's quite natural. You may only send them. And the next step I would like to present is these buttons. Active buttons you may use. There was a question in the chat about the staking, and a bit later I will come back to it. Well, meanwhile, two active buttons, stake and send. Stake meaning to stake, and send to send somewhere, someone. You may send both inside the blockchain to other users of blockchain, or send them to the exchange. And a bit later, I will come back to it and show it to you. Well, the main page, we've looked at it, and now let's move on to the conversion of CRU into World CRU. To do it, here there is the dashboard and there is a tab, Convert World CRU. You press it and you enter the next page. Please note that here, first of all, read all the warnings. Like Ivan said, you may shift into the language which you feel convenient so that you understand everything. Here you see that you may convert CRU to World CRU, so frozen CRU to World CRU, and available CRU, so frozen and available CRU. We recommend to convert frozen CRUs into World CRU, as this is more beneficial. Well, since in my wallet I have only unfrozen CRUs, we will work with them. But in a similar way, actually, you can do it with frozen CRUs. And lower, a bit lower, you see the number of tokens available. In this particular case, I have 4,940 CRUs available. Whereas here in this field, select available CRU amount you would like to convert into World CRU. For instance, I will indicate Why? I will explain why. Look, at present in my wallet, I went back to my main page. I have only 4 USDUs. If you come back to this page with the conversion and you indicate the number of CIUs to be converted into world CIUs, but there is a commission to be charged, and this transaction fee is 3 USDU, a bit more than 3 USDU, for you to understand it. So please take this into account, and in addition, in advance, actually top up your wallet with the relevant number of USDU. How to do it? Later on, there will be the training manual, video manual created, and quite likely some training sessions will be arranged on how to work with the exchange and top up your wallet with USDU. So estimate in advance the number of CIUs to be converted into world CIU, and please consider this transaction fee to be paid. After you selected the relevant number of CIUs to be converted, you go lower, and there you will find the button Convert CIU. And here you type in your PIN code, which you created when we entered the wallet, and click Convert. Well, great. Now we will check. Look, it failed. No, it's fine. After you effected your transaction, there you will find this table, and you are to press this arrow. Again, enter your PIN code. It means that here you are to pay fee. Great. And there is a notification that CIUs were converted into world CIU. We press refresh balances. Before I had 120 world CIUs, whereas now I have 124 and 1 USDU left in my wallet. Well, I believe it's clear. It is quite okay with the conversion of world CIU, but the next thing, before you convert CIU into world CIU, you are to stake them. Therefore, to do this, we go to another tab, staking. It is here in the dashboard. And here you will find several options that you can use. You may convert world CIU for UNTB, or you may stake CIU for UNTB, and you may stake UNTB for net and CPU, and a bit later we will discuss it. Okay, so to say, we would like to stake world CIUs for UNTB. As of to date, I've staked 120 world CIUs to mine UNTB. We go to this page by clicking this button, and you see the following information. Once again, please note and remember, when you go to this page or any other page where the staking is, you must update your wallet, update your staking page. Why is it important? First of all, because you may not use your wallet until your wallet is not updated. Or as you see, I updated it a day ago. When you enter this page and you also see this gray window with no possibility to do it, only this entry update. So then you press this circle, enter your PIN code, and update it until you see the phrase updated in a few seconds ago. It is important to see this phrase updated before you see this phrase on. It's very important to remember, because it may happen that you haven't entered your wallet for a long time and you need to press this circle to update several times until you read this phrase, updated a few seconds ago. It's crucially important for you to remember. Then we see another piece of information that 120 World CRU's token staked, and over this time, I earned 14, almost 15 UNTBs. And this income could be claimed, which means that you may claim these 14 UNTBs to use them for your purposes. And to do this, click this green button, claim UNTB. This is what Ivan has said before. And this way you get your UNTBs to your possession. So you click this button, enter PIN code, and great. Now we see that the tokens were claimed. You update this page again. And now we have 0.308 UNTBs, which means that mining started again. Staking started and it continues. And you may come back to the main page and you will see that here the relevant number of UNTBs was sent. Honestly speaking, I don't remember how many I had before, but the idea, I believe, is clear. You claim the UNTBs mined, those UNTBs mined through staking of your World CRUs. They were mined through World CRU staking. Well, we come back to World CRU staking. How can you do it? Look, in this case, I have 120 World CRUs staked and 4 World CRUs available. Here, you can see how many World CRUs you have available that could be staked. And this way, by using this slider, you may actually shift it to the right, and then you will see in this field World CRU amount to stake. You may use the percentage. For instance, you would like to stake only 50% of this amount or 100% in this particular case. Or you may do it manually. Here in this field, you simply indicate the number of World CRUs to be staked. And here we see the balance available of World CRUs available and frozen balance. It means unfrozen World CRUs, how many I have, and those frozen. We see that there are 4 frozen CRUs, and we may stake them as well. You click this blue button, Stake World CRU, enter your PIN code again, confirm PIN, and the transaction is complete successfully. And now I have 124 World CRUs staked. And you may see that the process goes on, and here already I have 0.0021 UNTBs, and a bit later we will come back to it to see how many UNTBs will be mined during our session. Well, this is all about World CRU staking. You may stake CRU for CRU, quite similar. For instance, you may stake and select the relevant number of CRUs to mine UNTBs. Quite similar, no difference. The only thing is that here you will see balance available in CRUs, but not in world CRUs like before. And another thing to mention is that you may unstake some CRUs or world CRUs from staking, and there is this part, unstake CRU, or in case of world CRU, it will read unstake world CRU. And to do it, you may indicate the number of CRU tokens you would like to unstake to say 40 CRUs. But please remember that here, and it is important to understand that when you unstake CRUs like world CRUs from staking, they will be returned within 72 hours. It takes 72 hours to unstake them. Again, you enter your PIN code, confirm it, and we see that 40 CRUs were unstaked. Let's come back to our main wallet. So we refresh balances, and we see that in this particular case, we see that 4,900 tokens, CRU tokens, are staked for the time being, whereas 40 CRUs have been unstaked, and they are on their road to our wallet, and 72 hours after, we will see them in the field available. So from here, they will come to available, so unstaking, those that we unstaked. The next point to remember here is that we would like to study, to explore in detail today, is, while I'm still on this page, let us talk about RAM, CPU, and NET, what they are about and why they are needed.
So you might have noticed when we started that I had a smaller percentage in here. So what does it mean? It means, and for that, I will zoom in for you to see better. So see, it says RAM, CPU, and NIT. So in simple terms, it's like resources using which our wallet works. If we compare it to the real world, RAM is the memory, like computer memory, or RAM can be compared to like a body of the car, the capacity of the car, which means that the more RAM you have in your wallet, memory in your wallet, the more transactions you can carry out. And if you carry out lots of transactions, if you make lots of transfers, either inside the system or you move funds to somewhere else, you stake, unstake, and so on, then you will need more memory to be able to continue operating your wallet, and for the wallet to be able to process the information. And if you want to increase the speed of the processing of information, then we should pay attention to CPU. It's like a processor in your computer. So the more CPU you have, the more computational power your wallet has, and the faster all the processes, all the transactions launched in your wallet will be processed. So we're talking about like staking, unstaking. The speed of processing will be better. In this case, you can see that my wallet is working to 0.08% of the total capacity. So I recently performed certain transactions in my wallet, and the CPU was a little bit loaded, but just a bit. But if we're talking about big numbers, then the load will be bigger. Therefore, you need to make sure that you have enough CPU beforehand. CPU and net, both. How to do it, I'll show it in a couple of minutes. As for the net, it's like a road, you know, it can be either a one-lane road or it can be a large highway with like 8 lanes on it. So we recommend that you have CPU and net. For example, if you have lots of transactions, we recommend that you have 50 UNTBs staked in both. And I'll tell you about it more. So let me go back to the RAM here so that everything is clear here. Some people do not fully understand what this number means and what this yellow circle or semicircle means. It means that the memory of your wallet is loaded to this much or to this percentage. And for your wallet not to be used to its fullest capacity, memory capacity, you need to be tracking it. And if necessary, you buy more RAM. And let's see how you can do it. So we click on buy sell RAM, this link in here, and you can see the analog or the similar button tab in here. By clicking both of them, you will get to this page in here. You can see this title, buy sell RAM in here, and you can see the current RAM or memory price. So right now, 1 byte of RAM costs this many UNTBs. And let's see. Let's buy some memory, some RAM, for you to see how the system responds to it. In this box in here, where it says buy RAM, we input the number of UNTBs that we would like to spend to purchase RAM. Let's say we enter 50 UNTBs, for example. Well, let it be 50, yes. And see, in here, we enter the number of UNTBs, and below we can see the approximate number of bytes that we're purchasing for those UNTBs. And if we click on the button buy, we buy. We memorize, it says 78.76. We click buy, we enter our PIN, and you see the transaction was finished successfully. And as you can see that the capacity of my RAM, or not, the amount of RAM used has decreased because the RAM increased itself. If I want to reduce this percentage even lower, then I can buy more UNTBs. But for now, it's sufficient. If I, for example, don't plan to perform any large transactions, I shouldn't be worried. But if you want to move certain amounts and do it often, then you have to keep in mind that you need to have enough RAM. And also on this very page, you can sell unused RAM. For example, if you bought too much and you don't run a lot of transactions, so you don't need that much memory. So here you enter the number of bytes that you want to sell. Here, when you buy RAM, we enter the number of UNTBs you want to spend to buy RAM, whereas in this box over here, when we sell RAM, we enter the number of bytes that we're willing to sell. For example, say 2000 bytes. We see that we get paid for it 88.9 UNTBs. Well, let's say 89 UNTBs. Of course, we're not going to sell it. 2000, I mean. Let's enter 200 bytes and we sell them. And we get 8.89, well, practically 9 UNTBs. And also you could notice here that currently in this wallet, 6.48 kilobytes of memory were bought, which is equal to 294.8 UNTBs, And in use, the load, the current load of the memory is 4.24 kilobyte, and I have 2 kilobyte available, which is equivalent to 102 UNTBs. Let's sell 200 bytes. And we're selling bytes, guys, again, whereas here it says kilobytes, which is 1024, or you can round it up to 1000. And we enter it and confirm. Okay. The transaction has been completed successfully. Now this has been cleared out and we can proceed with, by the way, I haven't shown you how to stake for CPU and net. Well, similarly to the staking of WCRU and CRU, you do it in the same way here. You can stake UNTBs to get more CPU and net. CPU computational power, net is the network, is the, let's say, the width of your highway. Especially, you need to speed up the processing of transactions. For that, you can stake or unstake. You'll get to the same page in here. So it says UNTB staking. And we can see that currently I have staked 50 UNTBs for CPU and 50 UNTBs for net. I can stake a certain amount to increase CPU, the computational power of my wallet, my processor on the blockchain, and the network as such. And we can do it in here. And we can also unstake. For example, you performed some transactions, the load was quite high, and then you don't do it anymore. Then why would you have this many UNTBs staked for UNTB and net? There is no need for that. So you can unstake them using this particular function, unstake UNTBs. Currently, it tells you that you have staked 100 UNTBs, 50 for CPU and 50 for net. In order to unstake UNTBs, we input the amount of UNTBs that you would like to withdraw or unstake. Let's say 10 from CPU and 10 UNTBs from net. So this is the UNTB, guys, in this box. And we click unstake UNTBs. Again, you have to enter your PIN code for confirmation. You confirm it. And again, you see that the transaction has been completed successfully. Please pay attention that we have now this information popping up here. 10 UNTBs was unstaked from net and 10 UNTBs were unstaked from CPU. Let's go back to the wallet dashboard, the main page, and see how it is reflected here. Let's refresh balances. It is not reflected here because they are already available. We can see that now we have 80 UNTBs staked instead of 100 UNTBs. 20 UNTBs went straight to your main wallet. We can proceed. Now, the next tab, which I would like to discuss with you, we discussed so far convert WCRUs, we discussed staking, we discussed RAM, we discussed CPU and net, what they mean and how to work with it. And now I would like to go to the tab called Loyalty Bonus. So what does it mean? This page allows you, so let me zoom in for everyone to see better. So I have this table in here. It's quite small. If your wallet is, let's say, older, was created before mine, and you have WCRU in your wallet, then you will have more money, more information in here, of course. So in this case, I can see that in my wallet, I have 120 WCRUs, and I received this many little USDUs. Well, of course, the more WCRUs you have, the bigger your income is going to be. But I just wanted to show you that this page shows you the return of your wallet, the return on your World CRU, but this is loyalty bonus. It's just for being a partner of this company. So I think this much is clear. And someone says, could you please make your screen bigger? I think this is as big as it goes. Maybe you could use a bigger screen, I don't know. So the next thing that we're going to discuss is sending tokens to other users. And as you can see over here, the menu is goes in this order, but I changed the order for me to have it more logical. You see, this button send is here. So when I click on the button send, you go to the token transfer page where you can move tokens to another wallets or the exchange. And the button is quite similar. You see everywhere. When you go to the main page, you can also click the button send here, and you can immediately go to the send page with a token transfer with the token already pre-selected for you. But of course, you can select the token that you would like to transfer from the drop-down list. For now, we would like to transfer some UNTBs. Let's go with the CRUs, okay? And the amount, well, let's say we're going to move 500 CRUs to some wallet. Well, of course, not some wallet, quite a specific wallet that you would like to move those tokens to. So what we do is we take the wallet address and input it in this box. And it tells us, please check the address carefully, and it should be the address of the wallet. So don't make a mistake here, because if you want to move it to the exchange, and I will show it to you how it is done, here it should be the wallet address. In the memo field, for example, if you transfer tokens within the system inside Cryptounit blockchain, then you don't have to specify anything in this box. It can be just a memo, what it says. It's the information, kind of a reminder for you why you moved those tokens. So we don't put in anything and click the button send. We input the PIN code. We see whom we're sending the tokens to. We confirm the sending. And the sending has been completed, and we see that our available balance has changed. And now it says 4,436 available CRUs. The next transaction is going to be transferring tokens to the exchange, any tokens. And there will be a training dedicated to the use of the exchange too, very soon, where you can get all the necessary knowledge on how to work with the exchange. So just be patient and wait for the news and the announcement. I went to the test account. Well, you will see the same when you enter your account. It offers you to enable two-factor authentication, but we'll do it later. And in here, you see there is this green line. You can, yellow. You can hide it. You check the box, don't show it again, and hide. And we are at the UnitEx exchange. How to move the required amount of tokens to the exchange? Well, first of all, you need to go to your wallet, to your balances. So I would like to remind you that here you can switch between two modes, the daytime and the nighttime. It will be switching between white and black, and also you can change any language of your choosing. So it is done in here in the upper right-hand corner. Okay, then we go to the balances, and here we can see all the required information. What kind of tokens are available, what currencies you can work with. Currently, I have 500 UNTBs already in the wallet, and let's move 500 more in here to see, for you to see how it is done. You see, there is a button, two buttons here actually. We find UNTB and we see two buttons, deposit and withdrawal. Deposit is for topping up, how to move money to your exchange, and withdrawal is how to move money out of your account. I will talk about withdrawal later. Let's talk about deposit. We click on the button deposit. Sorry, wrong deposit. We click on deposit in UNTBs, and we see what address we need to move tokens to for them to be in your exchange account. In this case, we need to move tokens to this wallet address. You just click in here to copy it. Copy. You click, and then this wallet address goes to your buffer. Let's go to the Cryptounit page and choose UNTBs. We enter in this field the wallet address, this one here, and if you move UNTBs from the blockchain to the exchange, it is of paramount importance to copy paste the memo as well. If you move tokens inside the blockchain, then memo is not required, is optional. It's just a reminder for you where you send what for and when. For example, you can write anything. But if you move tokens to the exchange, it is very important to indicate memo as well. Otherwise, the tokens will go to nowhere, will get stuck somewhere in the limbo. That's why you need to copy this code. You don't have to select it all, just click on the button copy and it will be copied automatically, and you paste it in the memo box. Here, you can enter the desired amount, say 80 UNTBs. I have them in here. I have 486 UNTBs, and I would like to withdraw to the exchange account 80. So I input and double checked the wallet address, the memo. We click on send. And again, you have to enter your PIN code to confirm. Transaction has been finished successfully. Now we have to wait for a couple of seconds, and you'll see that UNTBs have been transferred to your exchange account. You can refresh the page. It takes usually up to 1 minute, plus minus, for the UNTBs to be deposited in your exchange account. Let's give it a couple of more seconds. While they are on the way, let me tell you about the withdrawal from the exchange very quickly. First of all, for you to be able to withdraw tokens or any funds from your exchange, UnitEx exchange, you need to get verified first. This is very important. Without getting verified, you won't be able to withdraw anything. And this is something you need to think about beforehand. So you see, now we have 580 UNTBs on our exchange account, the balance, both total balance and available. Now we go back to the withdrawal. For you to withdraw the desired amount of tokens or any other funds from your exchange account to any other wallet, you need to click on withdrawal. And in here, you need to specify the address to which you want to move your funds. And see here, you can see the transaction fee. And also it tells you that there is a minimum amount for withdrawal, that any withdrawal from the UnitEx exchange is possible if, let me do the math, let me rephrase it.
You may withdraw from UnitEx exchange not less than $50 US. And in a similar way, if you look at UNTB, then the minimum number of UNTBs to be withdrawn is 7,541. So it is quite similar or equivalent to $50 US, and 10 UNTB will be a commission charge when you withdraw. Know this, at least $50 US to withdraw and in equivalent, and the commission to be charged is 10 UNTBs. You indicate address, the amount to receive, so the amount to withdraw, and also your memo. Here, memo is not obligatory. It is quite similar to blockchain. You may simply indicate any additional information. And you click withdrawal and confirm. Once again, I'd like to repeat it, that the details of how to work with UnitEx exchange and all the other aspects to consider, there will be a separate session. Actually, it is included into this course, but it is at the stage of its preparation. Therefore, later on, you will be able to get it and to study all the details to understand it better. And then you may see the history of transactions. You don't see anything for the time being. Then there are fees and limits. You may get to know them. We will not give a deep dive into this. And there is the trading history. So trading history is the history of your trading if you trade. And there is another tab, transaction history. So the transfer of 520 and 80 UNTBs. Well, the transfer, so the deposit, the withdrawal of funding from the UnitEx exchange, we've covered this. And now, do you remember when we staked world CRUs and CRUs? I told you that we may claim our income. And let us have a look at the number of UNTBs mined over the time of our session, while we were busy with something else. And now we see that the number of UNTBs mined is 0.0176 UNTBs. Over the time of us being busy with something else, UNTBs were mined, staking was in process, and we may claim this UNTB right now. Simply by clicking the button Claim UNTB, you enter your PIN code, and that is done. We come back to the main page, refresh balances, and you see that UNTBs are here. The next thing, we've almost complete a few things left, therefore I will rush a bit. There is another tab, vote. We don't use it. It is still in the process of its preparation. When this mechanism is on, is available, it will be in the news. And the next one is transactions history. Here you may filter out all your transactions and see which actions you took and monitor in full the processes happening in your wallet. Filter by action means to filter by any action. Here there is the button all actions, all the actions, then send tokens, so another action when you transfer tokens. Staking related transactions, you may see what we staked and how many. Then we may see our actions with RAM, CPU, and NET. Votes is clear, we don't cover it. And claim rewards, this is when you claim your UNTB is mined, for instance. And here you see that today, the 14th of September, I pressed this button, claim UNTB, twice. First of all, I claimed 14 UNTBs. And secondly, I clicked this button and claimed this amount of UNTB in your eyes. And you see that we may filter by asset, by CRU, World CRU token, by UNTB, by USDU. So by the type of asset you worked with. For CRU, it's clear that we sent CRU to other wallets. We worked with UNTB, and it is transparent here. And we see USDU. Well, I believe that that is about transactions. Well, to sum up, if there are any additions, then maybe Ivan will add, but I believe I've covered everything required for the work with the wallet. Once again, I would like to remind you, dear friends, that why the button vote is needed. We don't use it because this is for voting, but we don't use it. And then the functions will be expanded, and then you will get all the details. Well, I think I will finish my part. I will hand over back to Ivan. Thank you, Maxim. Today, there was a lot of valuable information. By the way, this button vote, I'd like to remind you that we have delegated proof of stake system, and token holders may vote for some things on blockchain. And this feature is still in the process of development. There is nothing to vote, and therefore it is of no use. But I will activate my screen once again. There is one more topic to discuss today. And this is gifts, presents. The tastiest part, I would say. In the previous sessions, you learned the terms and conditions to get our presents. I will remind you. And please remember that the course is free of charge, but to get our presents, there are some terms and conditions to be met. For new partners, those who joined us quite recently, first of all, you are to sign up with UGPay group. You go to UGPay group back office, sign up and verify your account. This is condition number 2. To verify your back office. In addition to that, those who have those partners apologies, I clicked the wrong button. Here it is. Well, for new partners, you are to sign up with UGPay group and then verify your account. Those partners who are with us for some time, you don't need to verify. You simply top up your wallet with at least 10 US dollars. 10 US dollars and above, and buy World CRUs for at least 10 US dollars. Then you create a Cryptounit blockchain wallet if you haven't had it before. And as soon as it is done, since the 17th to the 20th of September. Please follow the news in the back offices of the API or UGPay group. There will be the news release with the links to take a test, and everyone who scores at least 75% of correct answers in the test and meets all the conditions mentioned above will get the presents. And another good piece of news, as promised, before that it was said that the purchase must be until the 15th of September. It was because we expected some changes in the procedure of buying WorldCRU, that it will be limited and accessible only to those partners who took the special educational course Invest Consultant. And the date of the launch of these changes was postponed to early October, which means that you still have time to buy WorldCRU. It means that to meet the terms and conditions to get a present, you must buy WorldCRU until the 20th of September. It means until the date when the access to test is closed. I think this is a good piece of news for everyone, and you have enough time to meet the terms and conditions to get the presents. And which presents you may get? The first 3 persons to pass the test with 100% correct answers, you will get 5,000 UNTBs. So the first person will get 5,000. The second person with 100% correct answers will get 3,000 UNTBs, and the third person 2,000 UNTBs. All the others, those who pass the test with 100% correct scores, will get 50 UNTBs. Those who fulfill the conditions and pass the test with 90% get 35 UNTBs. Those who fulfill the conditions and pass the test with 75% will get 20 UNTBs. And those who pass the test with over 75% get a 20% discount on Private Investor Academy products using a promo code valid until the 30th of December. And here I'd like to add and say that this discount will not apply to all the products, so only to those that are not discounted yet, because at present some products of the Academy are already discounted, which means that you may not add this discount to already in effect, but there will be new products offered by the Academy, and if there are no discounts, then this promo code may be used. For instance, in case the price of the product is $500 and you apply this 20% discount, it means that the final price will be $400. And please remember, it's not the first time we actually take these tests. The winner of the first course cannot be eligible for the main prize in this test. But if he actually meets all the criteria and passes the test with 100% correct answers, he will get 50 UNTBs. But I believe that the best prize for you is the knowledge you get, the knowledge which you may apply immediately and get the benefits and create your own successful investment portfolio and work with new technologies, with Cryptounit blockchain and other technologies as well. Thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully this information was useful and we are ready to answer questions. Да, у нас есть один странный.
Can you automatically have UNTBs transferred to buy RAM when needed? Because it did happen on one of the accounts. So UNTBs, automatic transfer of UNTBs to fulfill your RAM or to top up your RAM. I'm not aware of such functionality. I know that you can stake UNTBs before your RAM is used up, that this circle is not entirely full. But I guess it's an interesting question. Maybe there is sense in adding this automatic topping up when you run out of it, but I'm not aware. If it happened automatically, maybe there is an automatic like security function. When your memory is used up, then it can automatically take UNTBs to ensure further operation of the wallet. Because if you sell all of your memory, then you won't be able to work with the wallet, because your transactions will not be recorded. So, but we will see, and we will clarify that issue. Maybe it's a security function or option. Can you please tell us where we can find recordings of the previous 3 sessions? The recordings of the previous sessions on YouTube. There is a channel. Maybe the organizers will give you the link to it while I try and see. There is a Cryptounit blockchain YouTube channel, and it has all the recordings of the previous sessions, and also you can find the live broadcast there as well. So you can go to the YouTube and you can find all the videos on that channel. Any questions? So what if we create an extra wallet on the blockchain? Will we be able to move funds from our wallet to another? Yes, sure. Like in the same way as Maxim showed you, you enter your second wallet address and you transfer funds to it. Any more questions? So there was this question whether the memory will get cheaper. Yes, most probably it will eventually get cheaper. When we increase the memory twofold, it doesn't mean that the price will reduce by the same factor, because if we want to increase the memory, we need to purchase more equipment. The more equipment we have, the higher the maintenance costs of the equipment. So do not expect the memory to get half the price if we increase the memory. So it will get cheaper by a certain coefficient, but we can't really tell you what coefficient is going to be used. So when the blockchain uses more than 90% of the memory, then we'll see how much more memory we have to add to the entire blockchain and by how much the cost will get reduced. Any further questions? Could you please tell us when can you transfer your loyalty Profi bonuses to your UnitEx account? Yes, sure. Loyalty and Profi bonuses are credited to your account in USDU, and you can do whatever you want with USDUs. You can convert CRUs into WCRUs using USDUs. You can move them to your UnitEx account, do whatever you please with them. You do the same what Maxim did with UNTBs. You send your UNTBs to your exchange account. Maxim is asking, when will the first gift UNTBs be transferred from the first group of students? Ivan says that I know that the winners have been determined. identified. There was an announcement publication made. The certificates have been developed, designed, and there were some technicalities that had to be taken care of. And as soon as the green light is given, the tokens will be allocated. When we developed this course, we literally stirred the entire company, all the departments. Even Andre went as high as Andre level in order to organize the entire process, the gifts for you guys. And there were quite a lot of technicalities that we had to overcome. And we have prepared many different gifts, promotional codes, certificates to be sent to your email address, and gifts to be sent to your UNTB wallets. So it had to be organized, and it has been prepared, and now we're waiting for the green light to get going. And I think it will be faster with the second group of attendees, of students, because the process will have already been established by then and proven, field tested, let's say. So thank you for your patience. And there is one more question. A partner is asking regarding the automatic debiting of UNTBs. He says that it happens again and again, and his colleague has the same amount, 100,000 WCRUs, and it doesn't happen on his account, whereas on the other account it happens, and the UNTBs are staked automatically for RAM. Do you mean when the RAM is used up, or it happens like at any random moment? Maxim is saying that I think this particular case has to be looked into individually to see what's going on, and the experts will take a look at your wallet and will understand what's going on, because it's not really clear from the way you describe it. So please submit a ticket to the support, and I'm sure they will figure it out. And maybe you might have given access to your wallet to someone else. Maybe it won't end up with UNTBs only. So it is important not to give access to your wallet to anyone else, because there were already cases when some bad people started transferring someone else's assets to their own wallets. And Maxim would like to add one more thing to reply to one more question in the Russian chat. It's people are asking whether it is possible to transfer bonuses to a second wallet, not to your own wallet, but a second wallet. Okay, I got your question. Andre did talk about it. He said that yes, it could be arranged that Profi bonuses can be transferred to another wallet, because we have our investment wallet, main wallet, and all the loyalty and Profi bonuses are credited to that wallet, but we can redirect those bonuses. For now, we don't have this functionality. It is in development, it is being planned that those bonuses can be redirected to another wallet. But for now, this functionality has not been implemented yet. But it will be developed, and we'll announce it right away and show it to you how to do it. And also, there is another question. Someone says that I have a problem in my wallet. All the transactions have disappeared. Olga has asked these questions. We cannot really address this issue during the webinar because it will take up too much time. You could either go to your upline or submit a ticket to the support, because we have to look into your case individually, see what's going on your wallet. Harish, it is still in development, the transfer to a second wallet. And someone says that, can you stake both CRUs and WCRUs for UNTBs? Yes, of course. You saw me do it. I staked unfrozen CRUs and frozen WCRUs to receive UNTBs. It is possible. It's not mutually exclusive. Guys, we have almost run out of time. So I guess let's take all of the unanswered questions and put them in the form that has been spread across the chats. And we will look into those questions at an extra session dedicated to Q&A, okay? And let's copy paste the links again. Dear moderators, could you please help us out? Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention. You have the form in the chat. Please copy those forms before the rooms are closed. Thank you very much for your attention, for your questions, and see you soon.